Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Streamdorm. I am Adedayo the Motorboat, and I have just finished watching Guardian Prime Lagos Fall. And yesterday, when I made my video, the news roundup, I called it a movie. And though it feels like a movie, it also feels like a series at the same time, and it feels like a short film. But what I could gather was that they made it serialized, so this is just part one and the runtime is 6 minutes 42 seconds. So it feels more like a short film and it is a series. And though I enjoyed it, like I loved it, it's like it's a step to the right direction. When you come across Nigerian animation and the way they make it, it feels kind of cringe. Like you understand, you want to make it Nigerian, you want to make it. It feels like Nigerian, but the way it comes out feels kind of cringe. Like oh, we're trying over the top, and this movie was able to create a balance, or should I call it this film was able, like, I'll call it film or movie, but it's more serialized. So it was able to create a balance. Now I'm going to admit I have not read the comic for Guardian Prime, though I have their app, and I can go check it out probably one other time. But so I just like so that let me just watch it and see if it's something that I'm going to enjoy as then is coming. Now, the one thing I'm first going to mention is that I love the attention to detail when it comes to the character. If you watch it, you will see the characters, the marks on their skin, the the way their body is shaped. Now, I don't want to go too far, but the way the characters are built, it's okay. And I don't I love the fact that it doesn't feel like oh we are making all the characters the same. So it will not be like copy and paste of each. So it is not a copy and paste, it's just um one character with one design that fits the character, and this is something that I enjoyed about it. So I took some notes. There are so many things that I love about it, which I'm going to leave to you, the audience. You guys can go watch it for yourself and see whether you agree with me or not. And there are some things that I do not like about it, which it just based on my own personality. Now you might see it, it might not mean anything to you. You might see it, it might mean something to you. And even what I like might be what you hate, and what I don't like might be what you love. So that's just my own personal opinion. So let's quickly roll out the intro, then we're going to just jump right into some of the things that I found interesting. Now I want to point out that I think I will scale the video quality, which I've just learned how to do video quality upscaling on OBS. So in case it feels like it's hanging, like just know that we are still getting there. We're not yet there, but we're getting there. So let me just quickly roll out the picture, then we're going to start the whole review. Now, first thing I noticed was that I noticed that they started with this clue to explain. Initially I thought it was that they were going to explain the universe, and it's like what the DC is trying to do, what Star Wars did. That's what I felt. So I now went back again, and I watched the entire thing again, and I realized that because at first you first want to go and you first want to enjoy it and feel the entire movie, then you go back and you start seeing the details because it's not like you're watching, you're pausing every second. So I want to first see how I feel about it, then see all the details that I need. So the first time I watched it, I thought it was like a crawl and just explain the universe. Then I went back and I saw that it was just explaining that we all have this gift inside us, and it takes believing in yourself to um to release that gift in us. So it's like one thing I was trying to get was that every character, whether it's the side character, the main character, or even the supporting characters, that they all have an important way to play. While majority of them might fall ill to whatever danger it is that they're facing in the universe, I feel that some of them are also going to have like a time to shine. And another thing I do love is that the dialogue, which I've already said, it doesn't feel cringy. It feels like there is this the mix of PJ, the mix of Igbo or Edo. I'm not really certain. which it is, but I believe this is since they are Edo gods in this movie, so it feels so interesting. So the mix of the dialogues between even these two characters, you could see one was speaking English, the other one was speaking they're speaking Igbo. So no, sorry, he was speaking Pidgin and he was making it with English, and I love it. I also love the suspense that every second you could see that there's something that is leading up to something that, oh yeah, I want to stay, I want to stay, I want to stay. It's not like I was going to start to watch it and I'm just going to skip immediately. So there's a build up in that kind of dialogue, and I love like I said, I love the character design even in this gods these gods, you could see the details. Like these guys are coming in from somewhere, and those it feels like a ship, but it's not also a ship. So so that's this is like some of my things where I couldn't understand the world building in it. Like where exactly is the origin story? Where exactly does this thing come from? How does the power scaling work and all like that? So I couldn't understand all that, and I was able to realize that going in that, oh, this is not just fighting an alien invasion, it's a man versus god thing where the gods are more angry and they're overusing their power and feeling like, oh, they can just come in and take care of everything and destroy anything. And this is where Guardian Prime come in, where they try to protect this thing, the oppressed. And at the beginning, where there was this character this is one thing I was saying, like the character details, the way each characters are built and everything, it feels so quite unique compared to other animation. Not it doesn't feel 2D-ish and it doesn't feel old. Like if you remember this Indomitables animation, it was though it was okay and just like some of the inspiration where majority of animators in Nigeria are doing something like movies and series. What they are doing now is they are using 3D animation. Now, I don't know if this is something that we've learned over time that this is now like the main thing, but we know that we have 2D animations and we have 3D animations and most movies and series. This is 3D animation. Now, she said something at the beginning where she was like, "Oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know why to this." So I couldn't get the dialogue. I had to go back and realize that oh, she's talking about the instruction of VI, and it was now when I was watching it that I realized that okay, this was the distortion that she was talking about. So I could see the suspense they were trying to build, but I couldn't still like we grab onto it. And interestingly, I love the way the gadget it feels more like authentic built into it. It doesn't feel like they are putting a PNG and trying to just copy and paste. So each console and each things they interact, so you could feel that okay, this is something. This is the logic behind this world, and I love the scaling. But yeah, you couldn't really see it. But there was another frame where you could see the scaling of the gods, and you're like, okay, this is actually huge. And this is what I was saying, where it feels more like a spaceship than it is a god. So you couldn't um, pinpoint that are there gods inside this thing or is this a spaceship? And when this is not the first one. This is when Guardian Prime came in. It came in to destroy it. So I was like, it was like a bane. It feels wooden, and it also the way when the character start talking, I was not like I don't really understand. So that was where like some of my problem in is. And when Guardian Prime was 14 and the fight, it felt more like okay, this is a show of power. You know, there are some movies you watch when it comes to an action movies where the characters not just action like superhero movies or sci-fi movies where they're actually using powers. You will see that the characters are just doing who is it's like you're watching anime. Who is more stronger? Who will just come you use one power, boof, destruction, and that one will come, use your power, boof, like an just anime battle fight. So that's how it felt for me. But I was still able to keep up with it. But when I took, I'm like, okay, let's dissect this one after the other. If you're nitpicking, that's where you'll be able to see a problem in it. But if you're not nitpicking, you won't see any problem with it. But at the end of the day, I was able to understand the scale of the Guardian Prime, the power scaling of the Guardian Prime, and it wasn't from this movie. I saw a video earlier today where somebody was talking about the Guardian Prime launch on TikTok. That was when I was able to understand that this is the scaling of Guardian's Prime power. If not, I won't understand like that. Okay, this is how powerful he is, or this is how weak he is. This is what could ult him. Because when during the fight, it was like, oh, the boss fight. I'm indestructible. How could you ult me? And this was they were like again. So it was like this is your second battle. So how could you ult me? So did they able to learn your power over time or something like so I couldn't understand that in between. So I do hope that the next episodes or the next part of the series we can really understand what this. So now overall, what do I give it? Now, I was leaning towards a down number, but I think looking at it, I could see that yeah, this could fit in 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 would be like my own honest listen. For the part one of the Guardian Prime now, over time we are seeing the more episodes, we can really understand what it is that we are looking at and the skill to which it character is. But I do wish that I could see some development and I could see some understanding to these characters and what their scaling of their power is so that I can able to understand that, oh, this is exactly what it is we're talking about when we're talking about this thing. If not, it just feels like oh, we're just um into this show and we have no idea what is going on. So what I would say is that you guys go check out Guardian Prime for this is just my spoiler review. I think there wasn't like much things so I could say a non spoiler review. It's just be like a 10 seconds thing. So it does it. But they had to give like a breakdown analysis on it. So check out, go to CR Motion Plus on YouTube and you can see the full episode. It's just 6 minutes, 42 seconds on YouTube, and you guys can enjoy it the same way I enjoyed it. So let me know what you guys think about the first episode on Guardian Prime, Lagos Fall, and leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And see you next time. Bye.